Police found three sisters dead in Washington state, all of them under the age of 10. The girls' father, Travis Decker, is a Wisconsin native and suspected of killing the girls, then vanishing. Investigators in Chelan County, where the search initiated, say they are getting fewer leads to find Travis Decker. Mike Morrison is the sheriff in Chelan County, Washington, where that manhunt started. Sheriff, good to have you here with us this afternoon. Just give our viewers an update on the status of this investigation, where it stands right now.
The criminal side of the investigation is complete. Our detectives have done a great job working with the prosecutor's office and other federal entities, along with our state agencies, to ensure our case is secure, ready to go to trial. And so we're ready for that front. In regards to the search, it's continuing. I was just out with our Swiftwater rescue team last week on the Icicle River. We went from above the scene of the crime scene down to the campsite below and searched underneath log jams, up along the bushes on the river too. So we continue to do that search, and we've also had our U.S. Forest Service deputy that's been out there searching other areas of interest. And we were just talking about our federal partners here this week. It sounds like they had $2 million in additional funding that came in that they wanted to allocate towards expanding the search and trying some different angles and looking for them.
That's good information, Sheriff. Thanks for that update. When did your investigators first notice that there were fewer leads and tips coming in, leading to you all scaling back the search efforts? And when you started to notice those fewer tips coming in, how frustrating was it to make that call to scale back the search?
Not frustrating. We recognized that as time went on, that the interest in the case was, of course, going to wane, and that there were going to be fewer and fewer leads that were going to be provided. But of course, you saw our efforts when we had a sighting or potential sighting in Idaho, worked with our partners down there, thanks to the U.S. Marshal Service, who are continuing to be on this case, taking lead and doing what they need to do. But we understood that eventually these cases are taken out of the spotlight, and then the interest that you had seen in the beginning of the case starts to taper off a little bit. But again, our focus, our determination to solve this case has not waned, and we're going to continue to put every bit of resources that we can into credible leads. And I think that we're still on the right path, and I'm glad to hear that we're still in touch with some other federal partners, and the possibility of $2 million in extra funding coming to try some different angles of search efforts. We're open to that.
And you mentioned those federal partners, also multiple agencies involved in this. I understand there was a sighting in neighboring King County as recently as last Friday. Anything develop for your investigators from that sighting?
Yeah, I'd like to thank sheriff over there. She called me when we were at a national night out. She gave me the information on the potential sighting. She agreed to deploy resources. They were quick in getting there. It did not turn out to be what we were looking for. But again, we know that our neighboring agencies are still very much a partner with us and are going to do what they need to do to follow up when we do have information that could be credible. So we recognize we're not going to be hitting the kind of search effort that we had done in the beginning, where we were blanketing everything in the surrounding area. But when we do have information that's credible and we can take action on, we're going to deploy resources when appropriate.
And when you made that decision to scale back the search efforts and the footprint there, I spoke to someone in your office and asked them if investigators had any reason to believe Travis Decker was still alive. And the response I got was there was nothing to indicate that, yes, he is alive, but also nothing to indicate that he is not alive. Is that still the case?
Correct. We're not going to assume. So, we know there's a likelihood that he may have succumbed to injuries, took his own life, but there's still the possibility, too, that he has been able to elude us and is still on the run. So we're going to keep that pressure up. We're going to continue to encourage the community to keep working with us, providing information where they can. And we'll keep doing our job because we know that Peyton, Evelyn, Olivia would expect that from us.
And I'm glad you mentioned the little girls. We're going to put their images on the screen for our viewers because this is a case that started with them, this tragedy of these three young girls, 5-year-old Olivia, 8-year-old Evelyn, 9-year-old Peyton, who did not return from a court-ordered visitation with their father. How are the investigators able to continue to reassure the little girl's mother that they're doing everything they can to help solve this case, find Travis Decker, bring them potentially some justice after such an enormous tragedy?
Maintaining open lines of communication. We know Wenatchee PD has been helping us on that front. I know I've talked with her father several times. I know our detectives have followed up with her. They know that we haven't given up. We're still on the case. They know that we're interested. This is something that we want to see through. We want to bring closure, not only for the family and Whitney, but also for our community. This was devastating to them as well, and our agency is very motivated to make sure that we find the kind of closure that would be expected from our detective unit. We have one of the highest closure rates when it comes to cases in Washington State. We take pride in the work we do, and this is personal. 3 members of our community were murdered We believe that their father is responsible for that, and we're going to continue to do everything possible to track him down. We're not going to take a break. We're not going to tire. Even if it gets to a point several years down the road where I may retire, I know there's going to be a generation directly behind me that are just as eager and ambitious to continue tracking him, putting pressure on him. We will not relent.
I'm sure the family appreciates that dedication. Sheriff, please send our best to the family as well as your investigators as this investigation continues on. Sheriff Mike Morrison in Chelan County, Washington.
All right. Thank you for your time, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you.